Hey everybody, Drew here, back for Drew here on YouTube.com for the 10th episode of the Drew Podcast or the Drew Games Podcast, whichever you prefer. Joining me is the usual full group that I have joining me. On the phone with me is my younger brother, Desert Nord. Hey bro.
Hey there.
Also joining me via the PlayStation Network behind me is Gucci. How you doing, my good friend?
Doing well, thank you.
You're welcome. So, on today's episode, we're going to be talking about Ubisoft evidently is going to be making an open-world Star Wars game. And what that means for EA. Borderlands is going to be turned into a movie. The new Pokemon Snap game, whatever it's going to be called, now has a release date for the Nintendo Switch, and I've recently been playing Everspace 2 on Steam in early access, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on that. And also talk about an upcoming game that I'm going to be streaming once it comes that came out, I believe, yesterday. So I'll be talking about that as well, even though I don't have that written down. So before we get into that stuff, Chris, Gucci, what have you been playing lately?
I've been playing a lot of golf and basketball and a little poker.
Why do I keep asking?
I know, it's sort of a redundant thing right now.
On the other hand, considering that Desert Nord now has a working Xbox 360 again, he's not going to be saying Pokemon Go every time now.
No.
Which means, Desert Nord, what have you been playing?
Well, I actually started playing Madden 12 again.
Oh yeah, I haven't played that in a long fucking time.
Yeah, it's kind of a nostalgia trip for me too. Yeah.
And that game had a one-hit wonder on the cover.
Yeah.
Peyton, what the fuck is his name?
Manning?
No. That running back from the Cleveland Browns at the time.
Oh, okay.
I said one-hit wonder, not legend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I got an overhyped player, essentially.
Yeah, he was also a fullback in college. I can't remember his name though. Oh, Peyton Hillis.
Yeah, Peyton Ellis. Yeah, there you go.
He was a one-hit wonder in Cleveland. He went to another team and then stunk up the city and then retired. That was basically his career. He had one epically good season that got him the cover of Madden, and the curse bit him pretty fast.
Yep.
But how is that edition of Madden treating you compared to the shitty recent ones?
Well, I mean, compared to the footage I've seen of the most recent one, man, it looks, pretty good. It certainly functions better. I mean, there's obviously player movement glitches and things like, little things like that, but at least the whole damn thing doesn't wig out and turn into a, blank field, non-landscape or any crazy stuff like that.
Yeah. Don't mind me, I'm just trying to load YouTube up on the web browser on the Xbox on the screen in front of me. Because now I have the systems on different screens, so now I can have Gucci on the show and do this at the same time while filming the podcast. I've rearranged some shit so I can do shit now. Here we go. Because I'm trying to bring up the gaming channel to remind myself what the hell I've been playing lately. Because I've been streaming a lot of stuff on Twitch and porting it over to YouTube. Come on, you lazy thing. There we go. YouTube Studio is what I want. So that way I can talk about what I've been playing here. Outside of on PlayStation, off stream, I've been playing MLB. Yeah, I almost accidentally said NFL The Show, but that would be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
I meant MLB The Show 20 on PS4. Actually, I just remembered there's another game that I can announce that I'll be playing once the strike lifts on YouTube, but I want to wait to play that. Specifically only on YouTube at that point. Here, come on. Well, the last thing that I played was this morning before work. It was Hitman Blood Money from the Xbox 360.
Yep.
Which, I don't know if you saw that, bro.
Yeah, well, I have seen footage of that game. I know people. I know people who played it too.
Yeah, I played about 23 minutes and 55 seconds of it,
Yeah.
and I sucked at it.
It's very complex. It's definitely not an easy one.
Well, speaking of that, I did purchase a copy from Work's website of Hitman 3, which I don't know when it's going to be coming at this point. It says either today or Tuesday, but it still hasn't been picked up by UPS from Target yet. So it ain't coming today.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've been playing Skyrim, Immortals Phoenix Rising as well yesterday. Some more Skyrim.
Yeah.
Oh, I recently played on stream Little Nightmares 2 demo, and Cobra Kai, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider from the last free-to-play Friday last Friday. And that's recently what I've been playing for the most part lately. It's just that stuff and MLB The Show.
Yep.
So that's what I've been up to lately. So anyway.
I want to play MLB The Show too, but I had deleted from my PS4 because it was having some glitches.
I wasn't having any issues on mine, but then again, I have a PS4 Pro, so.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, we can get into the first topic, and that's let's see here. Oh, that accidentally turned to the previous episode of the podcast. I don't want to talk about that stuff. I don't want to talk about Cyberpunk right now.
Nah.
We've talked about that enough. Okay, so Ubisoft evidently Lucasfilm Games has evidently recently announced that Ubisoft will be publishing an open-world Star Wars game at some point in the future, and evidently it will be developed by the same developers that made The Division 1 and 2. Which then says to me potentially a game as a service, which I don't like the idea of, but I'm going to have an open mind on how things go at this point.
To be a game that's a service, does that mean a monthly fee?
No, that means that it's going to be updated with content, but that also comes with its drawbacks of games as service games usually release incomplete. That's what that usually means for the most part. Updated with more content that should have been there at launch type of situation. That's what game as a service means.
Gotcha.
But yeah, did you have anything else to add before I throw it to Desert Nord?
Yeah, sure. I'm all for LucasArts expanding out to other companies.
Absolutely.
I just hope they also keep EA so there's competition between the both of them.
Well, apparently EA is still going to be making Star Wars games too alongside this. Because I do have that in the notes as well.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Because more people making more but
Yeah.
the same type of game will drive competition.
And I believe we did talk about last week that Bethesda will be making an Indiana Jones game as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we'll 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 see how much Harrison Ford's Indiana Jones bugs out when that releases. Haha.
Mm-hmm.
Nord, anything to add about Ubisoft and Star Wars?
Well, yeah, I would just say that the game as a service thing is basically credit for unfinished work in a sense. It's like,
Kind of like Cyberpunk.
yeah, it's kind of like, well, we're not done with it, but we'll let you play it anyway. It's like, it's so annoying because the industry used to just get a game done and put it out and it was done. But now it's like they want to hold on to it while the gamers have it too.
I will ask this question: which is better, the Cyberpunk situation with CD Projekt Red, or a game as a service that we usually get from Ubisoft?
Well, I mean, a lot of things are better than the Cyberpunk situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say Cyberpunk situation is better than this.
Yeah, because at least a game as a service game like from Ubisoft, at least Ubisoft isn't like knowingly lying to everybody outright when the game for one platform or consoles in general obviously comes out wildly incomplete. Like they strip shit out intentionally.
Exactly, because with a service, at least you know they're going to try to fix it when they find out they have bugs.
Yeah, and Cyberpunk wasn't meant to be a game as a service.
Mm-hmm.
It was just meant to be your traditional CD Projekt Red game, but they lied about everything to everybody, including their own stockholders. But either way.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a complete game and have some masterpiece and all this other stuff, you know. But
yeah. But
best game of the year, haha.
With that said, yeah. Otherwise, I'm mildly open-minded about Ubisoft doing an open-world Star Wars game. Because if it's similar to like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, regardless of how I feel about one or two aspects of the game, I'm enjoying the hell out of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's arguably one of my favorite games, almost as much as Black Flag.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to get the mechanics right because they've done the mechanics part right so many times.
Yeah, so
you know, it's almost like you expect that now.
Yeah.
But I'll give it to them. Yeah, they did a lot right with Valhalla for sure.
Indeed. So with that said, are we ready to move on to the Borderlands topic?
Sure.
So Borderlands apparently is going to be turned into a movie, and apparently filming is to start soon in Budapest. As soon as I heard that location, I'm like, the same Budapest that's referenced in the Avengers movies?
Yeah, well, let's just hope they don't make it basically a comedic knockoff of Mad Max, because that ain't gonna be interesting.
Yeah. But we'll see, because I don't know who's actually making this thing.
Yeah.
Gucci, anything to add about Borderlands being turned into a movie?
Not really, so you can move on if you like.
Alright. Next up, we got, and I'll let Desert Nord take the lead on this one. The new Pokemon Snap game is coming to the Nintendo Switch apparently on April 30th of this year.
Yep.
And I'll let you take the lead here because
Yeah, the
Nintendo.
only previous working title I heard for it was Pokemon Snap 2,
Yeah,
which would have been perfectly fine if they go with that title.
if that's the title of this thing, and I'm assuming that's the game that they're talking about when it comes to releasing April 30th. But April 30th is damn soon, though.
Well, it's not particularly hard for them to work this all out because it's not a complicated game. It's not like other games where you have to write a storyline or I mean it's pretty straightforward. It's about taking pictures of Pokemon.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a more desert. Is it going to be more of a card-based game, or will they have the physical Pokemon there?
Well, the thing is that your character in the original kind of uses this vehicle and his camera to kind of drive through scenes where Pokemon are just doing their thing in the natural, you know. And in some cases, he has to use different tools to get them to come out or get them to pose a certain way for extra points, and all sorts of things, little things like that. And he has to just snap his camera at just the right moment to get the maximum points on each one. It's a timing thing more than anything. But it's also a game that gets you very, very well introduced to the characters in case you weren't already.
Okay.
But it's just a nostalgia thing, and it's a Pokemon fan base, guilty pleasure is what it really is.
Nice.
Because I mean, if you're not already into Pokemon, like now is way late to jump in. But even people who do are still going to probably find a lot of the game to be enjoyable, cute, funny, interesting, perhaps visually stunning at times. So on and so forth. It's still basically a photograph snapping game. It's still a photography type game.
Yeah.
Which it remains unique in the history of video games for that reason.
How much of your own money have you had to put down for the game, or is it all earned within the game?
I don't know how they're gonna shake that out, but I just know that it for fans of the original game, I am sure they're servicing the nostalgia of people who played the first one. So I would hope they don't have any of that, greedy stuff in the game. But you never know.
Evidently, in the last 22 hours, I'm seeing on my screen in front of me, and I'm not going to watch the video because we're filming the podcast right now, but evidently a new Xbox game leaked recently. A Star Wars Xbox game.
Yeah.
Evidently. I'm going to have to look into that and report on that next week.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's something to look into right away. So yeah, apparently stuff has been breaking in the last 22 hours now, too.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, apparently there might be an Xbox Series X Star Wars game coming. I'll look into that for more information and talk about that next week. But back to both. But
yeah, I was just gonna finish what I was saying.
Yeah.
The reason that the Pokemon Snap 2 or Pokemon Snap sequel, whatever they're gonna call it, the reason it's kind of really enthralling is because back when the first one came out, there was only the original 150 Pokemon characters in the game. And now you've got 800 and some odd, characters in the game now. So it's no doubt going to be a more expansive game. It couldn't help it if it wanted to be,
Take this up. take this with a grain of salt as well. Fall Guys might be going to Xbox as well.
Yeah, okay.
So that will be good.
Yeah.
Because Xbox is the better platform console. Or multiplayer game console, I should say.
Yeah.
Than PlayStation is, so.
And it's so bloody popular, so.
Yeah. I'm more looking forward to seeing Among Us, because I recently did some research before work this morning. Among Us is rumored to be coming to both PlayStation and Xbox at some point this year. But when I say rumored, I mean all but confirmed at this point.
And sorry to break the topic, but what's the rumor on MLB The Show going to Xbox?
Nothing yet that I've seen. But anyway, back to Pokemon Snap. I'm looking forward to seeing the reviews for this thing. And if it's good, then I may pick it up for the Switch. Nord, how are you feeling about it?
Well, I was really excited to see they were going to make the sequel of the original. I mean, it's a very simplistic game, so it's not something that I could be like, oh, really think is going to be like, you know, among the greatest or any silly commentary like that, but it's just one more game in the annals of the long list of great Pokemon games. I think they're going to do this one right. I think it'll be underrated. But, again, grain of salt, because it isn't just Pokemon Snap. It's not particularly, you know, it's not a groundbreaking game or anything. It was originally. It was a groundbreaking game when it first came out. But
yes, I remember.
think it's just going to be straight up nostalgia.
We'll see what happens. On a side note, something that I just remembered that I had seen a couple of days ago. Evidently, Bethesda accidentally confirmed Elder Scrolls 6's location.
Oh, did they?
And it's a place you're probably going to be, like, kind of casually familiar with based on the fact that you live in Arizona.
Yeah.
Hammerfell.
Yeah.
So we're going to the desert southwest of Tamriel.
That I kind of disagree with them doing that, though, because they've already kind of, like, done a lot of that. I don't know.
Partially with Redguard game. Partially.
Yeah.
But not, like, fully explorable like Skyrim or Cyrodiil, though.
Yeah, well, I agree that we haven't gotten the desert narrative very much. So maybe they could go that direction. Since they've given us the cold Nordic story,
and
they've given us the main Cyrodiil and, you know, Tamriel.
And if you consider
Empire story.
And if you consider Yakuza culture in the lore of the Elder Scrolls, mages are hated in Hammerfell.
Yeah.
What's that?
Go ahead.
I was not saying anything.
No, I was talking the desert.
I was just saying that they really, like, at first I'm thinking, like, they've already done a little bit there, but when I think about it more, I think they really could do an epic tale, I guess you could call it, of that region.
Yeah.
I just hope it's...
I mean, every region deserves its tale told in its story. So it's just amazing how long it takes them to get to it, you know?
What were you saying, Gucci?
I'm just hoping it's going to be an expansive map like Skyrim and, well, not Skyrim, but Elder Scrolls Online. Something like that.
Well, we'll see what happens. But from the way it sounds, we probably won't be getting Elder Scrolls 6 until probably into the late 2020s.
Because that's
unfortunately, it's going to be a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's one thing Elder Scrolls has been good at, is making a huge map for people to explore.
Oh, yeah. That's for sure. On another side note, evidently, it's come out recently that the Nord, do you remember hearing about that behind closed doors demo of Cyberpunk 2077 for press only at E3 a couple years back?
I suppose there was that rumor, yeah.
Evidently 99% of that demo was all fake.
Oh, well,
And then
imagine how stupid they must feel.
And that has recently been reported by what's his name, Shire.
Yeah.
I can't remember his first name, but he now writes for Bloomberg. So.
Yeah.
But he broke that, and then Ryan Cannell broke it further on his channel on YouTube. So, and that was 5 days ago. So this was like right after we did the thing by a couple of days. But let's see what else I had seen. Oh, Naughty Dog fans say recent sales record proved The Last of Us 2 beat Ghost of Tsushima, but that turned out to be false.
Yeah.
Because as it turns out, the digital sales of Ghost of Tsushima pushed it above the sales of The Last of Us 2. And The Last of Us 2's, the last time they reported sales was that 4 million like on opening weekend. That's the last time they reported their sales. Yeah, and people are still buying Ghost of Tsushima to this day. But anyway, on to the final thing I have written down here, and that being my thoughts on Everspace 2 and what I played from the early access version of it. The gameplay was a bit sluggish and sloppy at times, but otherwise, for a game that's still in development, it went pretty well. The game is fun to play, and unlike the previous game, it actually has a story to it this time. And the story, from what I gathered from the 2 hours that I've played it so far, is actually pretty good. So, I have high hopes for Everspace 2 at this point.
Yep.
So, when it eventually gets its full release, I'm going to be highly looking forward to playing this on console at that point. To the point where I would even consider, like, buying a physical copy of it. Which I do prefer to do over digital games, but that's where I'm leaning towards it. I actually expecting Everspace 2 to be good now at this point, considering what I've been playing from Steam of the early access version of it. But speaking of other games that are new and that I'm going to be playing at this point, recently on Target.com, a posting of Bug Snacks for PS4 came up for about $39.99 or $49.99, and I decided to pre-order that. Then I started looking on the PlayStation Network. I'm like, wait, the digital version is already out. Meanwhile, the release date for the physical version says December 31st of this year. Which means a physical copy doesn't have a fucking release date, but the digital version on PS4 basically has a free upgrade to PS5 should I get one. And I can play the digital version now. So I bought the digital version, so I'm going to be playing Bug Snacks once the copyright strike on the gaming channel of Drudat Games is lifted come February 7th. And when Hitman 2 comes, I'm going to be playing that on livestream for you guys as well, so stay tuned for that. Speaking of other stuff I'm going to be playing, tomorrow is going to be a twofer for Free Play Friday. Dead Rising 1 from Games of Gold on Xbox and on PlayStation, i.e. PS4, for the Instant Game Collection. It will be Greedfall. So I'll be playing both of those on live stream tomorrow. That's all I got at this point. Anyone want to add anything else of what they're going to be up to later? Let's go with Gucci first.
Well, I'm toying with the idea of popping Skyrim in again, but I'm thinking I might just wait and get ESO game.
I would say get Elder Scrolls Online. Or wait, shit, I have that for Xbox. I was about to say we could play it together, but I don't know if that game has cross-play or not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to look into that. I'll let you know what I find out.
Gotcha.
But either way, I would still encourage you to play it because it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Plus,
My only worry is that it'll be a little too complicated for me.
Well, probably no more complicated than Skyrim.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I haven't played Skyrim in a long time, so I might pop that in.
Well, yeah, that might be a good idea to help you with Elder Scrolls Online should you get that, but...
Yeah.
What are you going to be playing of what you do have?
Yeah,
I'm still talking to Gucci.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Thought you were talking to me.
Probably basketball, golf, and poker.
Hmm.
And I want to pop MLB The Show back in, and hopefully the bugs will be fixed. But I have a feeling it has bugs because one day I had to unplug my PS4 while it was still in because it was acting up.
Maybe you need a new PS4, or maybe it's time to get an Xbox.
It's true, but I can't play the show on Xbox. At least not yet.
Fuck the show.
No, the show's a good
game. I don't really mean that.
Yeah.
But anyways,
anyway, that's what I'll be doing.
Speaking of butting in, back to Desert Nord. What are you?
Yeah, so I dug out my copy of Skyrim, which I haven't played in over 3 years.
And how's the 360 version going?
Oh, it's a dream.
And considering it's on Xbox 360, we know it's the vanilla version.
Yeah, I got the system I got was a Black Ops 2 theme system.
Yeah.
And expanded memory and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But it runs like a dream. It's quiet. Plays everything perfectly.
So does the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
But then again, so does my PS4 Pro, so... Which is another thing. I've heard people complaining about PS4 Pros and they sound like jet engines. Mine's whisper fucking quiet, so I don't know what the hell the problem is with the rest of them.
Yeah, well, I can tell you the old Xbox 360 sure as shit wasn't quiet. That thing sounds like somebody turned on a drill, you know?
Well, my slim Xbox 360 is quiet-ish.
Yeah.
It's not as quiet as the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro, but it's not like it's a weed whacker either.
Every now and then my PS4 will make noise, but it's every now and then. And that's just because the fan's going off.
Yeah, my old PS4 was like that I used to have before I got the PS4 Pro. And I haven't had that issue with that. I haven't heard the fan once.
That's good.
That I can recall, so. Which is apparently a different experience from anyone else that has the same fucking system, apparently. Anyway, after this, I'm gonna get a snack. I'm gonna go to bed. If I'm up before midnight, you will be seeing me playing Jedi Knight Jedi Academy on Twitch later. So I encourage you, well, you guys aren't going to see this until tomorrow afternoon anyway, so never mind about that announcement.
Yeah.
But I will be tweeting that. I'm now from now on going to be tweeting out when I go live on Twitch or YouTube or whatever for playing games live, and hope that somebody sees it on Twitter and actually investigates who is this Drew Games guy.
Yeah.
Because I'm sick and tired of playing games into the ether with nobody watching at this point. Because I'm at a point where I'm starting to question even keeping doing it at this point.
Well, like I said, bro, you got to try and make it interesting. The more interesting you make it, the more you'll get in terms of viewers.
Well, considering that I get recognized for stuff that I say in the live chats of Geeks and Gamers, X-Ray Girl, Lethal Lightning, and those guys, all from Geeks and Gamers, which I texted you that I was getting called out by them on their streams for stuff that I was saying, so they know that I exist now.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But when I go off onto my streams, it's like I'm invisible again.
Yeah, well, there's millions of us.
Yeah. But either way, I just hope that some of you guys will actually come join me watching my live streams once I can live stream on the gaming channel again, which that's not going to be hard to do because I have like 200 subscribers over there. So I'm not concerned about that. I am more concerned about my Twitch channel, though, which no one ever watches.
Well, for your sake, I hope you keep it up because you do enjoy it, right?
Yeah, I enjoy playing the games for people to watch me enjoy playing them. The only problem is that when I'm live, nobody fucking watches. Everyone watches after the fact on YouTube. Because I poured everything over to the gaming channel on YouTube where everybody is. So they get views on YouTube. They don't get even like a percentage of a fraction of the views on Twitch.
Yeah.
But either way, like I said, I hope you guys, regardless of when you guys see this, when I do get my physical copy of Hitman 3, I will be playing that on live stream, so stay tuned for that, whenever that will be. Otherwise, next week, I will be actually playing Cyberpunk 2077 live on Twitch now.
And are we going to do the podcast on Thursdays then?
Yes, we are filming them on Thursdays from now on, and they will go live. Well, they will release at noon on Friday on the channel from here on out, because I'm sick and tired of stuff breaking on Wednesdays after we film the podcast, and me going, God damn it, I wish we were filming a day later. So that's why we film on Thursdays now, so I don't miss shit. But
Thursdays work better for me anyway because they don't work.
But considering this was a slow week, but also I didn't write a lot of the stuff down, but I'm glad that I can have the stuff in front of me on my new 4K monitor here that I recently purchased. So that way I feel comfortable with having the Xbox on a separate TV from the 4K TV where the PS4 is behind me. So, because like I was saying to Gucci off camera before, if I'm going to use the Xbox like it's a secondary computer, I want it to be on a 4K screen.
Yeah.
Because it makes no sense using a 4K device on a 1080 display. You know what I mean? So with that said, that's all that I have. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Please go follow me on Twitch for my live streams of playing Xbox games, and until February 7th, PlayStation games as well. But I will hold off on playing Bugsnax until after the strike lifts, so I can play that directly on YouTube for you guys on the gaming channel of Drew Games. Go subscribe over there. Also, follow me on Twitter to know when I am live on Twitch or YouTube for playing games. With that being said, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me, Desert Nord.
Yep. No problem.
Thank you for being here once again, Gucci, even though you didn't have much information.
Well, thanks for having me. I enjoy being here.
You're not physically here.
True.
But then again, neither is Desert Nord, and that's harder for him to do, to be physically here. He's further away.
Yeah.
Thanks
for having me on, Drew.
You could walk here if you wanted.
Yeah.
Either way, thank you for tuning in, everybody. I will see you hopefully tonight for Jedi Fallen Order. If not, I will see you tomorrow, anywhere between midnight, as in the stroke of midnight, to 11:59 p.m. for both of the free-to-play Friday streams that I'm going to be doing for the game on PlayStation. What the hell is it again? Well, whatever it is. And Dead Rising 1 from Games with Gold. What the hell is the PlayStation game? Oh, Greedfall. God damn it, I have that on Xbox too. So Greedfall and Dead Rising tomorrow at various times. But like I said, I will tweet out when I go live playing both of those games. With that being said, hit the like, subscribe to this channel for more unboxing videos like the upcoming unboxing of Hitman 3 for Xbox and other unboxings and future episodes of Is It Worth It, which the most recent episode I did yesterday was for Sense a Cyberpunk Ghost Story for the Nintendo Switch.
And we've set a date for DG Create stuff.
That's DG Rewrite, yes. We will be doing the first episode of that, talking about how the PS5 and the Xbox Series consoles should have launched. And
that'll be the 7th of Sunday, right? February?
That will be February 7th on a Sunday, which we will film, and it will upload and go live the same day.
Yeah, Super Bowl Sunday.
You want to join us?
Huh?
Desert, you want to join us?
Well, I probably won't be able to because I actually will be busy doing other stuff. It's going to be Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh. Well, we're going to be doing that on Super Bowl Sunday. Well, whatever. Well, the reason that we chose to do that day is because that's the day that the copyright strike on the gaming channel on YouTube expires too. On Super Bowl Sunday of all fucking days, apparently.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on February 7th. Super Bowl, copyright strike expires. DDG Rewrite will air, talking about Xbox Series X and S and the PS5s. And what Sony and Microsoft could have done to prevent the current situation of no one being able to buy them.
Yep.
But yeah, that's going to be the first episode. Whatever the second episode is, we'll discuss that because that's going to be a monthly show on the channel. So that's going to be once a month. That Gucci and I will get together in whatever form we have to discuss that on camera for you guys to listen to or watch or whatever the case may be. With that being said, the next episode of Is It Worth It? I'm thinking might well be... Let's see, what recently came out that I haven't talked about yet? It might well wind up being Hitman 3 for all I know. At this point. But we shall see. I will look more into it when I look at what I have done and then figure out what I still have to do. With that being said, we'll see you guys tonight definitely tomorrow and in the coming days, because I intend to try to play something on live stream going forward if I have the energy every single day of the week at various times. So, like I said, I'm going to tweet it out for you guys. Just follow me on Twitter and follow the links from there. With that being said, good afternoon, good night, good morning, whatever time it is you are watching this. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.